on screen. Just type in Operation Northwoods, and you'll get ABC News, you name it. And there it is, memorandum for the Secretary of Defense, Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff, L.L. Lemnitzer. And you can just go read it all for yourself. In fact, deeper in the document, it talks about how to stage shootings. And this is our government. For anybody that wants to look it up for themselves. Anything else that you'd like to add, Amy?
No, thank you. I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you're doing, and keep up the good work.
Well, Amy, you're a sweetheart, but let me just be clear. I'm trying to survive, too. I'm in the same boat as you. People thank me all day for doing what we do, and I mean, what else are we supposed to do? These people are criminals. They've got to be dealt with. Thank you, though. Let's go ahead and cover this article I was just given. Administration to World. Arizona shooting shows we have extremists, too. Well, we've known that the MIAC and Homeland Security reports say that Homeland Security is really for gun owners, veterans, returning veterans, libertarians, Ron Paul supporters. And they're now on Democracy Now! We have the clip. It's going up on InfoWars and Prison Planet, saying it's my fault. And the Paul family, I guess. We're evil. Because we want our republic. We want what's in the Bill of Rights and Constitution, and we want it now. And so when the government does things that are wrong, and you criticize it, if some lunatic with a devil worship shrine in his backyard goes and shoots somebody, it's our fault. No, it's not my fault. And you're the ones putting out environmental videos showing children being murdered and making it cute that human beings have no value. We're going to get that report out on Infowars.com and PresentPlanet.com. If not today, tomorrow. I have had it. In an effort aimed at solidarity, notice how that's a lie right there. It's solidarity. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the one that blamed Oklahoma City on Rush Limbaugh, remember that? When they were behind it, clearly. In an effort aimed at solidarity, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on Monday linked the weekend shooting of 20 people in an Arizona grocery store to extremism faced in other countries, a comparison that some observers say may not live up to the facts of the case. Yeah, a paranoid schizophrenic, any way you slice it, who's got all these different personalities of a woman, a liberal that helps puppy dogs at the local pound, a Grim Reaper, a devil worshiper, and a, quote, hardcore liberal. You talk about lies. What about the government media's lies about WMDs in Iraq and all the millions dead through that? Over 1 million dead in Iraq. That was 3 years ago. Lancet, British Medical Journal. I mean, what about you with all the blood on your hands? They just want to grandstand and go, look at the little girl. And the father comes out and the mother says, don't use our little girl to take more freedom. You seen what happened after 9/11 and the airports losing our freedoms? We ought to try to get that father. I know everybody in the world is, but I got a stinking suspicion. We get him on, he's going to be a patriot. He said, don't use it to take our Second Amendment. Don't use it to take our rights. And they're now attacking them, attacking their family right now. That's how sickening these people are, because they want to use her to set up their tyranny. And they can't stand it. And there's nobody they won't attack in that mission. During the town hall in Abu Dhabi Monday, Clinton, who's on a trip to Qatar, Oman, and the United Arab Emirates, was speaking during a forum on women's issues. Look, we have extremists in this country, so it just goes on from there. I've just had enough of these people. Whew, that made me angry right there. So you could see where they're going with this. Meanwhile, you're looking at the lady whose administration in 95 carried out that bombing. And that takes hours to get into the evidence, but it's an absolute fact. Bunch of terrorists. Oh, don't say that. That could excite violence. You are a terrorist. You are a criminal government. Let's talk to George in Connecticut. George, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Alex, I think it's important that somehow we maybe put something up to focus in on the judge. I suspect that there was a second shooter because this is too unusual. Not only did this guy do a 3-for-1, you know, our Constitution and two probable patriots, but it just unlikely that no matter what happened there that he could have gotten all three. So I would suspect the ballistics on the judge would be different from the ones that'll be a general thing.
Well, look,
Somebody
this guy
shot-
fired 18 times and killed 6 and wounded the other 12. I mean, that's precision shooting right there.
Right. And far as going after our guns, I have a little ditty here too from that came from a liberal station that was pro-gun and says doctors versus gun owners. Says there are 700,000 physicians in the United States. Accidental deaths caused by physicians per year is 200,000. 7.7. I guess 0.7.
Stay there. I don't want to cut into your statistics. By the way, that physician's killing 200,000 a year. That's a very low number. My number's more like 500,000. We'll be right back.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit eFoodsDirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's eFoodsDirect.com or 800-409-5633.
I'm Roger Rao at Midas Resources. If you are going through a financial roller coaster because of your investment in stocks, bonds, and other paper assets, perhaps you're ready for a change. You have an opportunity to change your financial security. Get the stability and peace of mind you deserve by investing in precious metals. Gold and silver have been a form of wealth protection for over 5,000 years all over the world. If you have seen your hard-earned money lose value because of inflation, sliding dollar, etc., it's time you stop the bleeding. The answer to your problems is simple. Gold and silver will protect your assets and your purchasing power, physical possession of precious metals, IRA rollover, etc. Call me, Roger Rao, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Take action today when we are still accepting paper dollars for gold and silver. Ready for a change? Call Roger Rao at 1-800-686-2237, extension 178. Again, it's 1-800-686-2237, extension 178.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
This message starts with a great offer from Big Berkey Water Filters, because we don't want you drinking dangerous water 1 minute longer. Right now, purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of 2 Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or our new sight glass spigot absolutely free. Why do this? Because over 60% of municipal water is fluoridated, and at less than 2 cents per gallon, Berkey Water Filters purify both treated and untreated water, removing dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, so they're perfect for rainwater collection systems and emergency preparedness. Remember, Big Berkey includes free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BIGBERKEY waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call today 1-877-99-BERKEY.
face down on a bloody
All right,
wall.
Georgia, Connecticut, you were going through statistics. Car wrecks over 300,000, bad drug interactions, 200 to 300,000 or higher. Doctors, 250 to 500,000, depending on which year you look at, from malpractice killing people. Honeybees, around 100 a year. Wasp, over 500 a year. Snakes, hundreds and hundreds dying a year. Lightning, hundreds and hundreds dying a year. Tornadoes, hundreds and hundreds dying a year. People who get in the water and die from drowned, from sucking in water into their lungs. All of that are examples of how dangerous this world is. But then the government is just so good at ninnying and freaking out. But what they don't like is that this was a member of the, quote, ruling class. There's only 500 and something members of Congress, and that message scares them. And I'm going to talk about that coming up in the next segment. And so for whatever reasons that this was done, it was meant to spur legislative movements against our liberties and our freedoms, and that's why I believe this was staged. They're like, oh, we've tried to kill school kids. We've gone into McDonald's and had our assassins kill people. We've had Theodore Kaczynski, who was in CIA mind control. That's admitted. I mean, admitted. But it's like just a little side issue. We've had him go in and bomb CEOs. We just can't get folks behind police state. Start killing members of Congress. Activate the Fruit Loops. And, the answer is congressmen should be packing heat. And that's just the way it is. The world is dangerous. Things like that can happen. And being a public figure, that goes with the territory. You could be carjacked at 7-Eleven tonight. One of my crew a few months ago was at a gas station, took his parents to the airport, driving back, guy tried to mug him. I mean, he had to fight him off. That's the way this stuff works. What, do we ban gas stations now because you might be mugged? Finishing your point, George, go ahead.
Yeah, the key point was accidents in parentheses. This was doctors versus gun owners. There are 700,000 physicians in the United States. Accidents, deaths by physicians per 200 is 200,000 a year. Accidents alone. That's a 0.2857 accidents per death per physician, courtesy of the Department of Human Services. The gun owners in the United States, 80 million. The number of accidents, deaths by guns per year, 1,500 of all ages. Number of accidents, deaths per gun owner is 0.000002. Courtesy of the FBI statistics. So, statistically speaking, doctors are 9,000 times more dangerous than gun owners. So remember, guns don't kill people, doctors do.
Where did you see that text? Because I've read similar numbers before. I'd like to post that on Infowars.com or Prison Planet.
I'll email it to you.
All right, please send it.
Email it to you.
Please send it to Aaron at Infowars.com. 2 A's on the Aaron, please. And he's in there standing by right now. We'll also get it up at GCNlive.com. I'm going to go to break. I'm going to come back with a message for the globalists. We've also got some video clips up that I'm going to be playing here on air. And I want to recap what I've talked about and also get to Nick, Ernie, and then I've got a few folks holding on my phone system here. We've got JB, Sean, Bob, DD, Bill, George, Mark. I'm going to ram in all of these I can. In fact, I'm going to go back to our own phone system for JB, Sean, Bob, DD, Bill, George, and Mark, because I've been taking calls off the Genesis phone system. Now I need to get over to this pile, and I have time. I'll go back to the other phone calls. Briefly, before I end this segment, I just want to remind folks that we are under media demonization. We are being targeted by the Southern Poverty Law Center, ADL, Nightline, MSNBC, Democracy Now! They're pulling out all the stops.